Hello, everybody. What's happening? Today, we are going to talk about why I don't drive a car. And while there is a financial aspect to it because having a car, it adds a fairly large additional expense. I mean, I could drive around on some piece of junk and have the minimal insurance, which is what a lot of people do. But that's not really what I want to do because I could use the money to get around and basically I don't have to drive anywhere. I used to go back and forth to work. It was a two hour drive each way, and I took a taxi. Now, there's a lot of traffic, and I almost every single time I fell asleep. At least for an hour out of the trip. And I thought to myself, back then I thought, maybe one day I'll get a car for Bangkok or whatever. But I started to think, do I want to sit in traffic anytime I want to drive around? Do I want to sit there falling asleep knowing how I am? Because I'll fall asleep. I'll fall asleep driving. Or sitting in traffic, and I could just see myself getting in trouble. You can't have a lead foot, really, in Bangkok in the middle of traffic, but you can at other times. Now, and I happen to have a lead foot. The thing is, though, is that the transportation system is so good in Bangkok and in Thailand in general. You don't have to have an automobile. I can get anywhere I want, pretty much. Anywhere I want, simply by forking over a little bit of money. Now, sometimes it might be $20, $30 if you want to go somewhere that's a bit far away, it's out in the middle of nowhere, you want somebody to stay and wait for you or something like that. But nowadays there is Grab, there's InDriver, there's Bolt, you got trains, you got SkyTrain, you got subways, you got a monorail coming. You got boat taxis, you got canal boat taxis, you got river boat taxis, you got motorcycles, you got tuk-tuks, which I never take. I don't take tuk-tuks unless I'm in like Chiang Mai or somewhere like that. Maybe then I'll take one. But I don't usually take a tuk-tuk. But okay, so you got tuk-tuk. You got all kinds of ways to get around. You really don't need an automobile. Now, it can be very convenient. Because sometimes I will get up and I'll be like, all right, it's 7 o'clock. I've got to go out. I got to get a taxi. Do I want to take a Grab? If I'm going to take a Grab, it's very easy. If I want to take an InDriver, Bolt, whatever it is, it's very easy. They come, it's door to door. But if I got to go somewhere else and I don't want to take a taxi, it's a little bit more difficult. But you know what? In the long run, I think it's better. It's better for me. Even my wife, when she goes to work, she takes the boat to work. It takes her right to where she can get to work. She takes a little motorbike. It takes like 10 baht to get to where she works. Alex, he goes to school, and he gets right to where he needs to go by taking the boat. Nicholas is in school. Now, when he comes home, guess what? He could take a taxi, but it would cost about $12, $13, $14 depending on traffic. Instead, he takes a little song towel, which costs, I think, 10 baht. It takes you down to a shopping mall, and at the shopping mall, there's a little hub for buses. He waits, the bus comes by, he gets on, 17 baht. So he pays less than $1 to go all the way from Rangsit to Bangkok. That's quite far. It's a lot of traffic. If you are driving, it'll take you maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on the traffic, depending on time. He gets on the bus, he sits there, he listens to his music, he relaxes. It's very, very easy, especially, some people might think, oh, I don't know how the buses go around. You learn. It doesn't take long. You learn, hey, this line goes to this place, this line goes to that place. I know from being in my area, I know some of the bus numbers. I have them memorized just because I see them going by all the time. So for instance, when I was down in Solona the other day at the cafe, I'm walking down the street. I thought, oh, maybe I'll take the SkyTrain. Instead, I thought, nah, just keep walking for a ways. Maybe I'll take the subway. I keep walking and walking, and then I thought, wow, subway's a little bit farther than I thought. And I looked, and there's a bus sign. It was a bus stop. I looked at the bus numbers, and there were 3 or 4 places that went to my area here in Bangkok. I thought, wow, there's going to have to be a bus come by. And then I looked on my phone, and there was one bus in particular that comes right near my house. And I decided to wait for that. 5 minutes later, the bus pulls up. It's an air-conditioned bus. Now, this bus took me about an hour and 15 minutes to get home, which is less than it would take a taxi. For some reason, I don't know, but maybe it was the time that I departed. In the morning, it was a bit more rush hour. But anyway, it was 25 baht, which is less than $1. 25 baht is like 75 cents US. Took me over an hour to get home. But I just sat on the bus. There was 2-3 people on the bus. And I thought, this is fantastic. Air conditioned. It used to be 20 baht. Now it went up to 25 baht. But I thought, you can't beat this. I got a driver. I don't have to drive anywhere. That's the thing. I got my own chauffeur everywhere I go. If I want, I can instead of getting a taxi, I can get a car. If I'm going to the airport and I want to go with my wife or something, and I want to make sure that we're not going to have any problems, which you don't usually have any problems with Grab or InDriver or any of these companies. I can get into a car. I can have somebody take me around, and you just pay a little bit of money, and you'd be paying that into your car and maintenance and fuel, and so to me, it's beneficial just to use public transportation. In the United States, maybe it's not so easy to get around, but here in Thailand, it's very, very easy, and for that reason. And really, that is the main reason, because if it was beneficial to buy a car, we would probably buy one. But it's not, because we all know how to get around. We can get just about anywhere. In fact, I just looked today. I was walking around at Happy Land, and they have minibuses, and they go to Rom Clau. They go to all kinds of places. There's about 8 of them. They go to like 7, 8 different places. So I saw one, and it went to Pattaya. And I thought, I don't know why I've never taken this before. So I go and ask the girl, hey, how much is it to get to Pattaya? 180 baht. Now, I think the bus now is like 100 baht, 110 baht. But I would have to get to the bus station, which would cost me about, it depends. If I took a boat, it might cost me 20 baht. 20 baht plus a motorbike. So there's another, say, 40 baht, we'll say. So that's 60 baht. So the point is that the price to get from near my house, it's a 2-minute, 5-minute maybe, drive. I can take a song towel, which is 7 baht. I go outside, I get a song towel, it's 7 baht. Takes me right to where I want to go, to the minibus. I get in the minibus, 180 baht. 180 baht is about $5 US. It'll take me all the way to Pattaya. So you really can't beat that. And yes, I could get out. I could go drive around. I could get to Pattaya that way. And, for some people, they love driving. I don't. I don't want to drive because I don't want to get into an accident. I don't want to have any problems. Whatever they may be, I don't want any problems. I don't want to be falling asleep at the wheel because I'm not paying attention or something like that, and that would be me. I would probably fall asleep, and if I was sitting in traffic for a couple hours, I'd probably fall asleep and get in some trouble, and I don't want to do that. For the most part, you cannot beat public transportation here. The good thing now is that everything is starting to get linked together. So if I go to the MRT, or the BTS, we'll say, the SkyTrain, I've got my phone. I've got, say, $20 700 baht, 650 baht on my phone in the line pay. If you've been to Thailand before, you know that most people here use Line as a form of communication. I've got Line Pay, which allows me to pay for different things, my water bill, my electric bill, to top up the phone, to send money to people. There's all kinds of things that you can do with it. It's fantastic. But another thing you can do is there's something called a rabbit card. You get your rabbit card, you top it up, and then you go and put some money on your Line Pay. Like I said, let's say I got $20 on there. I go to the SkyTrain, I tap my rabbit card on the little turnstile, and it will deduct whatever it is, 50 cents, a dollar, 21 baht, 31 baht, 35 baht, whatever it is. It will deduct that, and then it takes it out of your Line Pay. So you're not going and filling up your card all the time. Anytime you put money on your phone, let's say you need to top something up for 100 baht. Let's say that you top up your Line Pay with 1,000 baht. Now with that 1,000 baht, you pay your water bill, which might be 250 baht. You can pay it right with your Line Pay. You pay your electric bill, which, let's say, just for the sake of this conversation, it costs 500 baht. So now you got 250 baht left on your Line Pay. Oh, I got to top up my phone. You pay 100 baht. Now you got 150 baht left. Oh, I need to take the SkyTrain. Hey, I got my rabbit card here. You just tap the rabbit card down, and let's say your trip is 40 baht. It takes the 40 baht out of your Line Pay. And that way, you just put everything on the Line Pay, and you don't really have to deal with some of this other stuff. You don't have to go and pay the bill at the water company or the electric bill. So it's really pretty good. But anyway, Kanina, that is all. See you when I see you.